We begin in Egypt's Sinai Peninsula, where 24 policemen have been killed. Their minibuses were attacked by fighters firing rocket-propelled grenades. Let's go over to Mike Hanna, who joins us with the latest from Cairo. What are you hearing about that, Mike?
Well, Jane, we can confirm that attack took place in the Sinai. Some 24 police officers from the Central Security Services attacked while they were traveling in minibuses near the Rafah town of Rafah on the border with Gaza. We cannot confirm that rocket-propelled grenades were used. However, we do know that the death figure is 24. At least 3 of those Central Security Force officers were also injured in that attack.
Mike, tell us more about these 36 anti-coup protesters who've been killed. The Muslim Brotherhood are calling for an inquiry. Seems to be rather murky details coming out of that.
Very murky indeed. The Interior Ministry came out with an immediate statement following news of the deaths of the 36 detainees. It then amended that statement. The basic sequence of events appears to be that these detainees were being transferred from one prison to another. Where the circumstances then, according to the Interior Ministry, that some form of escape attempt was made. The tear gas was fired by police. We now have 36 of these detainees killed. But what this appears to be as well is part of a wider program to move detainees from prisons in the Cairo area to prisons further away, such as down in Kalubia province in the Nile Delta. We understand that this group of prisoners was in fact being transferred to the Nile Delta. There's also been a statement from the Interior Forces say that the weapons that have allegedly been captured during the recent days of ongoing protest are also being transferred to different venues. The implication here that there is a threat of attack on police stations in the vicinity of Cairo to move both the detainees and the weapons that have allegedly been captured away and remove them from the threat of attack. But this also highlights one other thing, Jane, is that there's no idea as to how many people have been detained in the state of emergency regulations that have been in place. These 36 were among people who, according to human rights organizations, had no access to lawyers, had suffered sleep deprivation, very irregular feeding hours. So there are all these situations that this particular event, regardless of its exact details, will highlight.
All right, let's leave it there. Mike Hanna, thank you for that update from Cairo.